All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down. Over the middle, it's complete. And up to the 30. Before they're able to knock him down.
84. It's a gain of 10. First down, Arizona.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Whitfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray is going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll run on first down. Whitfield, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
That's what they're hoping. Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check, 43.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shoot.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the left side. Whitfield, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Watch out for Hill on the return. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
First down, Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
5 wide. Check middle. I got it. 25, check 25. 25, check 37.
Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Saints 14, Cardinals 7.
Check round 80.
I'm coming after you. Switch it.
Half. Check 9. Check 3.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Open man is Michael Thomas. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Alert! Half 85. Check 93's a 5. Hey, tight.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Allen going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw on 3rd down, Allen. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 39. They'll run with Coleman on first down. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
To throw, it's Murray. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Murray now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing again, Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, it's Nelson. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Allen to throw on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Page. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Allen's throw is complete.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Coleman now. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. On play action, Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the turnover, here's Murray. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. Five yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Check.
On first down, it's Nelson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Coleman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Coleman on the toss. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 50. Check 50. Back.
Throwing again. Allen. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Page. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
It's Coleman here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
43 is the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Middle.
Mike's 43. Mike's 43.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. but I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Go. Finds the mic. Orbit. Let's put that team on the bus.
Murray now. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is taken at the 15. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead.
First down.
Check out 80.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
They'll run on first down. Nelson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Check. Joker.
They'll keep it on the ground. Nelson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Heavy on the edges.
You got tight.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Big series right here. We got a 5 wide.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On second down now, it's Nelson. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times, the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even. Check.
On 1st down, Whitfield. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll keep it on the ground. Whitfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Arizona.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming after you.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to you.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now a give right side. Whitfield. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Murray going to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Watch the whip.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Murray now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Murray. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Tight end left, tight end left. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll try the left side. Whitfield. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They'll run on first down. Nelson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, it's Nelson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Coleman. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, it's Nelson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
43's the mic. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now
7th play of this drive.